Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. We're just hours away from crowning the 2023 Mr. Olympia, and while we wait, I wanted to take a closer look at the battle for 4th to 7th place. Now, before we get into this, I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with Tominator. He was a pretty good guy at making bodybuilding breakdowns. Tominator no longer makes YouTube videos, but he did release his thoughts on the Prejudging on his Instagram. But I wanted to share Tominator's thoughts because he no longer makes YouTube videos, and I think his opinion is typically respected. So Tominator thinks that Hottie will win the show because of more quality muscle on his frame, plain and simple. Derek's quads look flat and undersized with almost no outer sweep. He cleans up in the back double, and I do give him the edge in the side tricep, but he's not beating Hottie from the front. Samson has been mad overhyped. Yes, he's very aesthetic and structurally superior to these shorter guys, but he doesn't fill out most of the poses enough, and most importantly, the cuts aren't deep. His skin is too thick, which is likely a genetic issue, and he's missing that final polish that really makes him a champion. I'd have to give him third after Prejudging. So those are the thoughts of the Tominator. You guys let me know in the comment section below, what do you think? And let's get into looking at this 4th to 7th call out. So at Prejudging, it looks like these were the guys that were fighting for 4th to 7th place: Hunter Labrada, Andrew Jacked, Brandon Curry, and Michael Krizo. I think it's worth mentioning there have been numerous complaints about the lighting, the darker athletes looking washed out. There have also been complaints about the athletes going on stage very, very late, and some of them coming in a little bit off because they had to wait backstage for so long. But with all that being said, we're just going to work with these images. And from what I'm looking at right now, it looks like the fight for 4th place is going to be between Andrew Jacked and Brandon Curry. Michael Krizo really needs to work on getting into the mix. He's standing too far away from Brandon. He doesn't really get close to guys. He doesn't really try to fight for position, fight for the judge's eyes. And I think Krizo definitely needs to do more of that. And taking a look at the front last spread, I would still say it's going to be between Andrew Jacked and Brandon Curry. Just looking at this image, I would say that they are outshaping Hunter Labrada and Michael Krizo. This is not the best version of Hunter Labrada that we've seen this year. I think Hunter could use a little bit better tan and oil, honestly. But again, I think the shape of Andrew and Brandon is just a little bit too much for Michael Krizo in this shot. And overall, I like Andrew Jacked because he is showcasing more detail than Brandon from top to bottom. Now let's take a look at the side chest pose. Again, Andrew and Brandon lead the way, and I think I like Brandon Curry in this shot. Brandon just looks to be a little bit more filled out than Andrew Jacked. Going over to Hunter Labrada, Hunter's physique just isn't popping. I'm not sure if it's the tan, it's the oil, it's the lighting, or the combination of everything, but Hunter just doesn't have that pop. And pretty much the same with Michael Krizo. And as far as the side chest goes, I don't think anyone is displaying a crazy amount of condition, but I do think that Michael Krizo may look like the softest of this group. But again, guys, not the best lighting, possibly not the best images, but that's what I see. Now let's take a look at the back double bicep. Immediately, my eyes were drawn to the back of Michael Krizo. Krizo is really showcasing a lot of detail. Again, the darker athletes are going to be a little bit more washed out. We're not really seeing much detail from anybody as far as the lower body goes, the glutes and the hamstrings. I like Brandon Curry's back. Brandon and Krizo, I would say, are in the lead in this shot. Andrew is showcasing a lot of thickness, but I don't think he's executing this pose properly. I think he may need to lean back just a little bit. Hunter is actually showcasing a good amount of conditioning in the back, but we're not really seeing much detail, much density. I'm really just seeing the arms in Hunter's back double bicep. And taking a look at the rear lat, I think this would be a clear-cut win for Andrew Jacked. I'm not really a fan of the way he's executing the pose, but I think he's showcasing the most detail and the most density in the back area. Brandon Curry isn't really showcasing any detail from top to bottom. Michael Krizo back looks alright. I think the pose could be executed better, and again, not much detail in the lower half. Could be the lighting, guys. Hunter Labrada, not really showcasing much detail. We're seeing a little bit around the teres, around the rear delts, but not really much outside of that. And Andrew Jacked is pretty much just dwarfing everyone as well. Now, something I do want to mention about Andrew, a lot of people were saying he doesn't really seem excited to be at this year's Olympia. Andrew is a guy that's typically laughing, joking with the competitors on stage, but he seems to be a little bit more serious this year. It could be nothing, but I did want to mention it to you guys. And as far as this side tricep goes, I like Hunter Labrada from top to bottom. I think Andrew showcases a really good upper body, but not really much detail, not really too dry on this side leg. Brandon Curry is just between Andrew and Michael Krizo, so he looks a little bit small in this shot. Krizo has a great tricep or great arm, but again, not much separation in the lower half, and overall, I think Krizo could be executing this pose better as well. Now, once we take a look at the ab and thigh shot, again, it looks like the fourth place battle is going to be between Andrew Jacked and Brandon Curry. No one is beating Andrew Jacked in this shot, of course, and I have Brandon Curry in second. Hunter Labrada's midsection, it's just a lot going on in the area. Marco Krizo looks to be conditioned throughout the midsection, but doesn't really pull off a good V-taper. And next to Andrew Jacked and Brandon Curry, you're going to have a pretty good V-taper. I would put Hunter Labrada in last in this shot, Marco Krizo in third, Brandon Curry in second, and I would have Andrew Jacked, of course, taking the ab and thigh. So let's go ahead and wrap up with the most muscular shot. And take your pick, guys. Based off the live stream and what I've seen from looking at these images, I would say that after prejudging, Andrew Jacked is in fourth, Brandon Curry in fifth, Hunter Labrada in sixth, and Marco Krizo in seventh. As you guys can even see in this image, Krizo is just not getting in the mix, and I think that's really hurting him. Seems like he's far back behind Brandon, Andrew, and Hunter, and Krizo looks significantly smaller. He has to get closer, fight for position, fight for the judge's eyes, and I think that it really will help out a lot. But let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think will happen at tonight's show? The show isn't over yet. It's possible that one of these guys moves up. I think it's unlikely, but it is possible. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Krishan from Go Fitness, and that's it. I'm out.